Hello, I'm Evan Fotis. Today we will have a look at what personality traits the faces of Joe Biden and Donald Trump reveal and how they compare according to the methodology of morpho-psychology and physiognomy. What can their facial features communicate about traits and predispositions? We will begin from the shape of the face, the outline, which is associated with temperament and deeper, long-term traits. Joe Biden has a rather elongated rectangular to inverted trapezoid face shape, with a predominance in the upper two zones of intellect and of emotions. Its length is greater than its width and has a uniformity of breadth. This indicates sufficient energy with a fixity of purpose towards ideals, a personality that usually abides to the rules of law and religious beliefs and tends to protect people's rights, both personal and of others. Usually leads by example rather than pressure exhortation. Now, the outer frame of Donald Trump is wide and more squarish, with less height compared to Biden's. This pronounces strong instincts of self-preservation and possessiveness. There is physical energy, resistance, and some degree of obstinacy. He is not affected in depth by the surrounding circumstances or influences. A personality focused on materialization at the cost of ideals. Now, the inner frame, which has our sensory receptors, expresses a person's immediate reactions, emotional adaptability, and sociability. Both Biden and Trump have their sensory receptor features rather retracted within the orifices. This usually is associated with a certain degree of introversion concerning emotional communication and exposure. The shape of the face, the outer and inner frame all determine our temperament. Now, let us have a look into each individual feature which reveal clues about more specific traits. Starting from the forehead, Joe Biden has a top zone of the forehead that is full and rounded at the crown. This indicates imagination, memory, idealism, and moral sentiments. From the profile of the forehead, it is perpendicular, which means reflective and reasoning powers to create plans and perceptive acumen to put them into action. It also indicates good memory, auditory or kinesthetic type, and control between incoming impression and conscious reflection. He will analyze and filter all incoming impressions before committing to a decision. Donald Trump's forehead is inclined from the profile, showing activity, primary thought patterns, a person who likes to materialize, has impulsive thought, is quick to jump to conclusions, has visual memory, has observation, and his upper forehead is rather flat, with a well-developed muscular tissue, showing a doer rather than a thinker, someone who is oriented towards practical aspects rather than towards idealistic or theoretical pursuits. Further down, the eyebrows is a feature between the zone of intellect and the zone of emotions. Joe Biden has horizontal eyebrows, associated with self-control, logic, balanced thought, whereas Donald Trump has eyebrows crushing down upon the eyes with an uneven wayward growth of the hair. These are indications of a calculative nature, with a predisposition to distrust and be suspicious, with erratic habits of thought and emotional swings. Someone who has strong likes and dislikes, has irritability and temper, and a strong urge to shut down any opposition. The eyes of both Biden and Trump are narrow. This retraction indicates an introversion, a reluctance in exposing inner feelings. It shows an ability to dissect and to analyze, someone who is astute, who is alert. But if left uncontrolled, it shows suspiciousness, shrewdness, and some slyness. Moving down to the nose, both have a nose with a straight ridge, showing good organizational skills and a balanced judgment. Biden has a longer middle zone and thus a nose showing more emotional anchorage and maturity, whereas Trump has a relatively shorter nose, symbolizing a freer, less responsible nature, which might not mind bending the rules whenever necessary. The mouth is very eloquent in revealing our emotional personality even when silent. Joe Biden has a slightly thinned upper lip, straight from the nose. As the mental side develops, the physical indication is lessened, for the lips become thin by compression. His lower lip is larger, a person who always seeks for more, is not happy with what he has, and has an intense need for immediate materialization of goals and desires. Donald Trump's mouth is protruding from the profile, showing that he could be bossy, imperious, a temperament prone to criticism. The lips are pouting, symbolizing immature and unpredictable behavior. Cheekbones. Joe Biden has high but relatively flat cheekbones, suggesting authority without the sufficient subconscious power of command. Typically belong to those who've become academically eminent. Donald Trump, though, has high and visible cheekbones, reflecting pursuit and gain of power and of authority. But when the cheekbones are bony, even if the rest of the face is fleshy, it reveals that the use of this power will not always be noble. Our chin and jaw reveal our energy reserves and natural force. Joe Biden has a broad, rounded jaw, indicating decisiveness accompanied with flexibility. This type is gentler and kinder than the one with a square chin and jawline. Donald Trump sports a wide jaw with breadth and depth, showing possessiveness, perseverance, and tenacity of purpose. It indicates strong preservation instincts and recuperative powers. Both Biden and Trump have a chin with a muscular ball. It is a positive feature, showing a go-getter, denoting passion for the object of desire. So, these were some hints on personality traits revealed through the face based on the methodology of morpho-psychology and physiognomy. As always, it is good to remember that a face is best interpreted as a whole by combining all indications from each feature, as most faces have quite a few contradicting features. So the temperament and the general shape of the face will determine which of our contradicting features will most likely be actively expressed in our everyday behavior. Thank you for watching.